And here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. A little bit of a break from what I normally do. Been in the mood to do something like this for a while. I'm gonna do a tier list. I've been kind of saying, hey, I should definitely make a list of movies that I like. Comes down to team and cast, talking about. I like talking about movies, so screw it, I'm doing it. Hey, Castle Dragons, welcome back. Welcome back. So, let's go over first what movies I'm going over. It's basically almost anything that's it's supposed to be Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks movies. I've seen some Blue Sky movies in here though, and I've seen some Fox animated movies in here. So it's a lot of just animated, mostly because this is kind of the stuff that I think everyone likes. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of movies, but hey, it's gonna be a lot to talk about it. So here's how I kind of rank these. I'm gonna go from top to bottom. God tier. God tier movies are the movies that everyone has either seen or needs to see in their life. These are the best done, best acted. They've got everything you want in it. Um, these are really just top of the top, creme de la creme, filet mignon of movies. Great movies. Great movies are, as I kind of sound, these are really great movies. They don't reach to like the best ever, but these are tried and true great movies, at least for me. Um, they're just a little under, close to perfection, but they're still like some of the best movies that are out there. Good movies. They're not bad. They're not great. Good. Kind of in, somewhere in the middle. This is a movie that you're gonna enjoy. Maybe you just put this on because you just need something in the background, but you'll still at least like it. Meh. Meh movies are movies that you probably forgot you even watched. They're not bad. There's nothing bad about these movies. It's just, eh. Who cares? Um, and then we have bad movies. Bad movies are just they're not good movies. There's enough in here to be like, yeah, this isn't a. It's not a movie that you won't per se enjoy, but these are bad movies. There's a lot to it that just makes it bad. Oh God, no. Oh God, no movies are movies when you just hear the name. That's what comes to your head. Oh God, no. Please, no. Not this movie. Dear God, no. And then I have never seen. Some of these are going to go in here because I've never seen them. And I don't blame anyone else if they've never seen some of these movies. It's a lot of movies. So this is the never seen. I will never see unless motivated otherwise. These are movies I have absolutely no plan on ever seeing. I've just heard too many bad things about them, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need. These are either like these are either going to be like one type of movie. Um, so otherwise, so with that all said, let's get to the ranking. First two here, and by the way, I didn't make this one. If you guys want to do this for yourself, I made sure that the link is up here, so any of you guys could look this one up. So the people who made this, I think, want you to put like which category Disney family Pixar. I'm not going to go for that. I'm just going to go straight for the movies, not talking about the companies. So first movies up is the Car trilogy. Um, Starting with the first Cars movie, it was a good movie. It was okay. It's nothing that really in it that makes it totally special, but it's a nice kind of coming to, I wouldn't say coming to age, but kind of like coming into maturity type movie. Lightning McQueen's this really kind of idiot, and the older, more mature racer kind of knocks some sense into him, almost literally. But it's a good movie. I think it's still a good. Cars 2, it's bad. Cars 2 is bad. There's nothing in Cars 2 that you'd even need to watch in this trilogy. It's a bad movie. Vader has some uh funny lines to it. The running joke of they can never guess that he's actually not a spy is tedious and boring. And the main character isn't the main character. And Mater was fine with his little shorts, but couldn't really pull his own. So it's a bad. Cars 3, on the other hand, I think that's a good movie. The Cars franchise kind of goes from good, bad to another good one. I think a lot of people kind of harp on the third one because it's Cars. Um, no one really rap about Cars, but it's got actually like a lot of good stuff to it. Um, like if you really want to understand it, just watch Cars 1 and then Cars 2. Not 2. Screw 2. 2 isn't here. Ignore 2. Cars 1 and then Cars 3. Because we got to see Lightning McQueen mature to kind of like someone more responsible. Now we have to see him go from, maybe like mature adolescence to like mature aging adult. It's kind of weird because it's Cars, and I can't say how old McQueen really is in this movie. But we kind of have like let's say like someone who's like early 20s going into like the early 30s. He's now kind of outclassed by the younger Cars, and it's kind of one of those movies where you see him grow up more, and there's some interesting twists in it. And I should probably also say spoiler warning. I might say this a couple of times about the stream just to make sure. Spoiler warning. I might talk about spoil stuff. Um, but I'm honestly I'm gonna go on to other movies. It's Cars. They came out with two good movies, one bad movie. Um, then that's all I'm gonna say about Cars. Brave. I might get some trouble, but Brave was kind of meh. Um, I remember the marketing for Brave. Brave was like going to be this. Oh my god! Look at this! Oh, look at all this cool. Scott. I think it's Scottish. Yeah, it's look at all this cool Scottish lore stuff, and look at all this cool. Look at all this cool stuff here. Oh, we got a princess with a bow. It didn't have, but like everyone was, all awe-inspired about the marketing with Brave. And then the movie came out and no one wanted to touch it. Disney doesn't even want to touch it. Um, it was such a letdown from it being like, oh, this is going to delve into something, with a lot of this interesting cultural lore to basically Brother Bear. And Brother Bear was kind of a movie too. Like I used to love Brother Bear, but I mean, it didn't age. But yeah, Merida is also okay, but I never really got into Merida as a character. The story arc, I guess, is all right. But yeah, Brave just kind of was a. Eh. Um, Monsters University. Um, Putting it in meh, I think, is the nicest thing I could do to Monsters. This wasn't a movie anyone really wanted. No one wanted this. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. Let's move. Good Dinosaur. Never seen it. Never will see it. I've heard way too many bad things about Good Dinosaur. I have no plans at all to ever watch The Good Dinosaur. That's all I've got to say about the. I haven't heard anything good. I've never seen anything good about it. I will probably never see it. Get another one. Bugs Life. Um, Life is a good. Um, I hear people kind of harp on it a little bit. Especially with one of the other movies that I'll get to in this list. It came out like side by side, and there's this kind of internet discussion. Which one's better? Bugs Life is. Um, but Bugs Life is it's a good movie. There's nothing really in it that's I would say bad. The liar reveal plot is something a lot of people harp on, and they don't do it bad. I'm one of those people that I hate the liar reveal story plot line. This one, they didn't do a bad job at it. At least felt organic. Um, all the characters are pretty nice in it. It it's a good movie. It's a fun movie. Um, it's also very early Pixar. This is their second movie coming out, so like a good movie. That's good enough. Onward. Onward's another I can really only put in a good movie category. Um, there's a lot to it. I definitely suggest people to watch Onward, especially if you're someone that lost a love. Um, it's definitely hits a lot of kind of emotional parts because I mean it's Pixar. Pixar hits um, but there's also a lot that kind of holds it back. Um, the world is interesting, but not really as interesting as I would think a fantasy in modern. I mean, I've seen animes that do it, but it's still a good movie. There's just the kind of emotional stuff that's in it that I think brings it from man to good. Something that you could watch it to. Something I think people should watch. Coco. Good God, fucking Coco. There's not a lot of movies out there that have made. Coco is one of those movies. Literally made me. I was sobbing like a baby at the end of Coco. Christ, Coco. Um, Begins very typical for like one of these types of movie. Oh, it's a family that hates music, and oh, they have to learn to like music again. Seen there, done that. The animation, though, once you go from the normal mortal plane to um the afterworld, dear God, is that beautiful. The entire world of Coco is just dripping with beautiful culture. And just once you get into that realm, that's when the movie goes from good to great. Just the storyline, the characters, Miguel. Crap, I'm blanking. This is something that happens to me. I will blank on people's names. But yeah, this is a great movie. Definitely made me cry. And you know, everyone knows. If you've seen this movie, you know where you ended up crying. And that was Remember Me. Just the end of Remember Me. Just I don't care who you are, that made you cry. You're lying if it didn't make you cry. And the progression of that song too, it's masterfully done. I think only a it's close to God tier, but I don't feel like I haven't sat with Coco enough, or I just feel like it just hasn't hit God tier. I might change that. Coco might go to God tier, but right now, it's great movie. Absolutely must see Coco. Now we're going into Incredibles. Both these movies. Uh, I'll go with the first one. The first Incredibles movie. It's great. Gotta go into the great category. It's how do I describe this? Um, coming to age mixed with midlife crisis to rediscovering yourself. Every character kind of has a arc to them, and just how the story and the characters are, it's very it's very classic Pixar. Pixar is a master at their characters and the story. And let's not forget, they gave us Syndrome, the one of the best villains of I would almost say all time. Mostly just because, for one thing, he wiped out almost every hero. It really is just Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and I'm blanking on his name, so I'm just going to call him Iceman. It's just those three heroes, basically it. When you watch like his little secret room and you see how this hero is terminated, and it just keeps going and going like Christ, he's killed a bunch of supers. He's killed a bunch of people and he's planning to kill more for just ego. Like, holy crap. And then just kind of his overall plan where I'm going to make the normal person be able to become a superhero for the right price. But even still, once everyone is super, no one will be. He's gonna basically wipe out individuality in a sense. Just yeah, Incredibles. Wow. Um, Incredibles 2 though, good movie, doesn't touch the first one. Um, there's good stuff in it. A lot of the jokes really land. The baby stuff is cute. Um, and I'm definitely not one for like random baby shenanigans, but Jack is. Um, Bob's arc in this definitely it's definitely something I think a lot of older adults, especially dads, can relate to. Especially because, like, dear God, the man is trying. Gotta learn new math because, dear God, why can't they just let math be math? Math is math. We don't need to change math. Christ, I've been trying to learn the new math system. And I'm like, dude, just put the numbers together. Why do we need to put in lines? Wait until multiplication for that. The Japanese system actually has a system for multiplication that's actually interesting. It has to do with lines. If you don't know it, look it up. But besides that, it's a good movie. The villain is okay. Um, nowhere near as great as Syndrome. Her plan is nowhere near as good as Syndrome, and she does not have near the body count that Syndrome has. Like, holy heck. I still feel like I need to harp on that, like, oh. And yeah, oh yeah, Sonny, yeah, that baby was demonic. That is a demonic baby. If you have a baby and it acts like Jack Jack, you might need to call a specialist. I am not that specialist because I won't help you get rid of a demon baby. I'll help you get a demon baby, not get rid of it. Okay, let's move on. Monsters Inc. Uh, I'm having a tough time with this one. Monsters Inc. is a really good movie, but I don't think I'd put it to great. Um, there's a lot in Monsters Inc. definitely that I would definitely suggest people to watch this movie because it's cute, but it's not in the kind of same level as like Coco and Incredibles. It's good. Definitely watch it if you've never watched it. It's very interesting. The world is very expansive, but I can't really put it into a great movie. It's close, but real cigar there. Um, yeah, let's Finding Dory. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble. Finding Dory is kind of meh for me. It wasn't bad, but it really wasn't anything special. Um, like I kind of felt like I do know some people that kind of cried at the end of Dory, but I kind of didn't. It's definitely a kind of emotional ending, but yeah. I think it would have been better if it went darker and they had the parents. That's just my anyways, next movie before I get into any more trouble with Finding Dory. Finding Nemo. Um I'm going to put it into good movie. It's a good movie. It's not great. It might just be because I got Finding Nemo'd out. Um, Everyone always talked about Finding Nemo like, oh, it's one of these great, masterful movies. Art's good. Characters are good. The story is good. Feelings are good. Nothing in it really kind of breaks the good. Nothing kind of goes, for me at least, to great. Um, oh, my chat is starting to block the screen. Uh oh. Ah! Catbox, why? Catbox, why? Catbox, why do you do this? So that you guys are always just blocking that little. Um, yeah, Finding Nemo. I still love the movie, and maybe I should just somewhat reiterate this. It's good. Not great. Great is great, and it's not God tier. But a good movie is still a good movie. There's something to watch in it. Um, which definitely for Finding Nemo, that's the animation, that's the characters and the story. All of it hits good, but I don't feel like it hits great. Um, and for me, for great, you need more than just a max of good. You need like a couple of great stuff in it. And yeah, I mean, I probably would say Finding Nemo was like the best looking in Pixar's book up until Coco. So I mean, honestly, Coco might have knocked Finding Nemo out of out of the great. Um, but yeah, Finding Nemo, good movie, good characters. I do like it all. Poor Dory. Um, Up. Up is also you're gonna find a lot of movies in good. Um, because I mean, I think you'll see why, especially with Pixar movies. Pixar does a lot of good movies and a couple of great movies. Um, I don't think I'd rank any of theirs per se god tier, but let's talk about Up at least. First 5 minutes. If I was just to judge the first 5 minutes, it'd be in god tier. Dear Lord, this is one of those movies that made me cry. There's only two on the list so far. You probably won't find too many more. Um, Christ, those 5 minutes are just masterful. The rest of the movie is just kind of good. All the characters are good. The kind of plot is definitely something that I don't even think I remember ever seeing. Like, honestly, who thought of this idea? I'm gonna make a 80-year-old man be like, you know what? Fuck all y'all. I'm going to South Africa. And how am I doing it? A shit ton of balloons. Fuck physics. We're going to Africa with the Boy Scout. And we're gonna fight another 80-year-old man who has a blimp who's going bird crazy. Has an army of cuckoo dogs. So, yeah, it's a crazy freaking ride. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep it at good. Ratatouille. I kind of want to put Ratatouille in. I feel like most people kind of put it in good. I kind of want to put I'm putting Rat. Um, Ratatouille is definitely one of those that you when you watch it, you I kind of want to say it like this. When you watch Ratatouille, and it sounds stupid, it's a movie about a stupid rat. But then again, like one of the most heart wrenching movies I've ever watched is about a stupid dinosaur. So, it's a rat that wants to cook. Big deal. He gets to go to Paris. That's pretty cool. Um, Many people would put in God tier. Probably. Probably many people would put in God tier, but I not God tier. There is a God tier movie on here, but Ratatouille is not God tier. Um, Everything in the movie is great though, The characters are great. The story is great. You kind of got two stories going on here: the rat that wants to be a cook and the human that wants to pay his bills. Um, and the rat that wants to cook is, letting the human be able to pay his bills. But it's definitely one of those movies. It's hard to explain why it's great. It's you just gotta watch it. Just if you haven't even watched it in a while, watch it again and just kind of think to yourself, this is a rat, had no chance of being able to do anything, got his chance, at some point gets just kind of blows his chance. But God, it's hard to even explain it. Just watch it. Um Animation's great, story's great, characters are great. I wouldn't say it matches up to like Coco, but there's just something about Ratatouille that just kind of holds something over everything else here. Um, Not to mention the ending monologue with Anton Ego. If anyone who does anything with criticism needs to listen to Anton Ego's final monologue, because it's easy to criticize. Criticizing is easy. Criticizing good is a little harder, but criticizing is easy. Making a masterpiece, though, is hard. And I really feel like the people that went into Ratatouille deserves at least the great ranking in my little chart. Yeah, anyone can cook. Um, all right, we're getting into the Toy Story trilogy, or well, not trilogy, trilogy plus one. Oh, I feel like no matter where I put any of these movies, I'm gonna get in trouble. Everyone's gonna hate me because everyone has their favorite Toy Story movie. Everyone has that Toy Story movie that really are like, oh, this is the best. This is the best one out there. And I think the best way for me to go about this is I'm going to go from, per se, my least favorite in the Toy Stories to the Toy Story movie that I feel hits its God tier status. And yeah, one of the Toy Stories is going to hit God tier. Let's buckle up, people. Toy Story 4 is not my favorite. It's still a good movie. Toy Story 4 really kind of felt like someone was like, we could do more with Woody, but no one else. If you really watch Toy Story 4, every other character gets shafted. Um, um, all the other characters kind of get shafted. Buzz Lightyear is very out of character, but the story within it doesn't put it into meh, puts it into good. And it really is just learning almost kind of to move on, to let go, finding a new purpose in life. And honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that the other characters that we've known and loved for years got kind of pushed to the side, except for Bo Peep, which I'm kind of glad to see Bo Peep. Bo Peep was never one of those characters that you're like, oh yeah, my favorite is Bo Peep. Bo Peep, they at least did something with her character that I enjoy. I enjoyed watching Bo Peep. But I missed Buzz and all the other characters. I'm probably gonna get hate for this. I hate Forky. I hate Forky. His running gag kind of annoys me. But I am glad though that in the end he kinda has more character. I just I feel almost kind of salty of what they was. I'm getting to 1, 2, and 3. I'm getting, as I said, I'm starting with my least favorite. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 is definitely one of those great movies. I almost cried. Almost. Almost cried to this. I might be lying, but almost cried to this. Um, it's one of those different movies that when you grew up with all these toys, especially, um, or like you're about to hit the age of needing to throw away your childhood things, it hits you hard. Especially when you realize, shit, I can't give any of these to toddlers because they will destroy it. Um, Moral of Toy Story 3, give it to a older kid, never a baby, never a toddler. Toddlers will destroy all your favorite things from childhood. An older kid will realize that, this is a cool toy. I'm going to cherish this. A baby will not. And I can do this in a story that I know I get harped on all the time with. If you remember 1994, the big craze was Elmo. People were murdering people for the stupid Elmo doll. My parents were one of the few people that got me that stupid Elmo doll. Someone offered them $500 for that toy, and they should have taken it because I was scared of crap of Elmo. Elmo was in my closet most of the time. And I think I was like 4, maybe 5 years old. No, I was 1 at that point. And I think it was 1994. I don't remember when the big Elmo came. I was a toddler. I was kid. Um, Kids that age are never gonna give a crap about your toy. Older kids do. That's what this movie teaches. Um, but it's also fun jailbreak movie too. Question mark jailbreak. Um, but yeah, and the end also made me cry. Almost. If they legit went through with what they were setting up, I would have flipped a table, bawled my eyes out, and kicked a baby. But they didn't, and I thought Lotso definitely deserved fire. That bear needs to be on fire. 2 movies left. Hey, here we go. Which one is only great? Which one's my god tier? Ah! Yeah. First one, great movie. Everyone loves. Everyone loves Toy Story. And I love it too. There's nothing wrong with Toy Story. It's a great movie. It doesn't hit kind of the same emotional stuff that a lot of other Pixar movies do, but it's a great movie. Characters are great. Jealous Woody is fun. Everyone says it would have been better with the original draft when Woody is like a complete asshole. But I kind of like him more like him just being a complete asshole to Buzz. Buzz realizing he's a fucking toy is heartbreaking and hilarious to me. Because we all know he's a toy. He should realize he's a toy. He freezes up when Andy enters the room. Why would he do that other than he's a toy? But, oh my god. Pick the baby. Oh, Um, you got me off topic, damn you. Um, it's a great movie. There's nothing that when it comes down to Toy Story that I can think of that is bad, especially at the time. The animation is not perfect, but early 2000 3D animation, that was top notch stuff. You should look and see what other people were doing at that time. Veggie Tales was considered top of the line, and then Toy Story came out. Which leaves our first God tier movie. Holy Christ, Toy Story 2. Everything in this movie just to me feels perfect. Just the emotion. This is the first emotional movie that Pixar did. This is the beginning of the making you all cry. It didn't make me cry, but definitely just heart wrenching stuff in this movie. The characters are at their top. We find out that Buzz Lightyear's arch nemesis is his father. Not really. You find out Buzz Lightyear's main villain is his father. Just God, it does. It's one of the best to this date, the best um movie that I think DreamWorks has, not DreamWorks, the DreamWorks. Um Toy Story gets God mode, but Up doesn't. I'm sorry. Up is great. Not great. Up is good. But no, God tier is reserved for the best out there. Toy Story 2 is God tier. Fight me. Let's move on. Inside Out. If you've ever suffered depression, this movie is what you need to show your friends to show you exactly what you're going. This movie goes through everything. You you're sad, then you kind of feel a lack of joy, and then you don't even feel sad anymore. You're now angry. You're envious. You're scared. Um, and then yeah, this is one of those that made me. Um, I won't fully hide it. I suffer from um like this when when the emotions, it's the worst. When you can't even feel any, you're beyond sadness, beyond everything. Don't even feel old. This movie really, it goes into it. And fuck you for killing the imaginary friend, who's of course I'm blanking on. God damn it. Chat, remind me. Oh my god. Bing Bong. Bing Bong. Fuck you for killing off Bing Bong. Um, damn it. Just, oh. This is definitely one of those movies that make you cry. Um, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck you all. Fuck putting in, because I can't really even think of anything bad. Um, yeah, I'm moving it up to God tier. Screw you. Don't you sing that Bing Bong song to me. Do not make me cry on stream. I will just come to your house and incinerate you. Don't you make me cry on stream. Fuck you. Next movie, Wall-E. Fuck. I don't want to do 3 of these in a row, but no one can argue. No one. No one, fuck you. No one can argue with me that Wall-E is not God tier. Story, characters, animation. Jesus Christ, the animation. And I almost cried for a goddamn fucking robot. It's a robot. I knew Wall-E was never gonna die. But Christ, did they almost get me? Um, and oh fuck you! Stop singing Bing Bong. Stop it. Um, yeah. Wall-E is just it's perfect in almost every sense when it comes down to an animated movie. They really put everything out there. The story of just not giving up, especially when we're all these fat blobs in chairs, probably drinking up our deceased. Thank you, Matt Pat, for that one. Um, yeah, and it's like a love story between a robot and a robot, and it works beautifully. Everything in the movie is just beautifully done. It just all looks great. Even fucking trash. By the way, the movie that Wally watches, I was never. I think it's Hello Dolly. I saw it once. I'm like, I fell asleep. I would have put it in like meh. Wally has meh tastes in. So we're out of Pixar, and for some reason, the list added in Blue Sky movies, which I can do really easy because Blue Sky hardly does. Um, which first off, Ice Age, good movie. You've watched Ice, it's a good movie. Um, just Manny's kind of backstory is heartbreaking, but everything else is good. Ice Age Meltdown, I really didn't care about. Dawn of the Dinosaurs is a good movie. It's a trip. It's definitely a weird ass trip, but I only put it in good. Um, and then I never saw another Ice Age movie after that. Never seen it. I might see it. I don't have any yet, but yeah, that's Ice Age. Robots. A lot of people I think would put it lower. I thought Robots was a good movie. Um, it definitely has its problems, but it got Robin Williams in it. It's fun. Um, Ice Age 2 is like. If you're talking about Ice Age 2 being the one where the guy got married to the pineapple, no. That's this one. Meltdown is 2. Um, Dawn of Dinosaurs is 3. Robots is not God tier. I'm sorry. Robots is not God tier. It's a good movie. It's fun. There's some fun jokes in it. There's nothing in it, though, that really pushes it any higher. Most people wouldn't even put it in, like, good movie. I watched, a lot of critics online. Most of them either put it in meh or bad. I got a weak spot for a lot of the jokes in this movie. I thought it was funny. But it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Um, Horton Hears a Who. I think it's the only Dr. Seuss recent Dr. Seuss movie that I would ever put in. I mean, the new Grinch was goodish. If I had a category for goodish, I might put it in there. But Horton Hears a Who is it's a good movie. It's the only one that's a good movie. I don't suggest watching any others. Um, I'm blank. It's Jack Black as Horton, so automatically, there's something there. Um, but yeah, it's a good movie. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble with this. I never seen the Peanut movie. A lot of people say it's great. I've never seen it, so I can't judge it. Ferdinand, I've never seen it. Some people say it's good. I have no motivation for it. I don't ever plan on watching the Pigeon Spy movie here. Um, I think because when I was a kid, I got spied movied out, especially with like animated spy stuff. Um, you can all yell at Sunny for just killing my like interest in spy stuff with animals with G Force, which isn't not on this list because it's technically not an animated movie. But yeah, I got murdered when it comes down to animal spy stuff. Just oof. Um, I know it has Will Smith and Tom Holland. Look, there's movies out there with great actors. It won't put me in a. So remember when I talked about Bugs Life and that movie that came out right next to it? Yeah, yeah, ants, ants, yeah, ants. Um, we all know who won the war between that. If you don't know, when DreamWorks was made, apparently, by rumor, they stole the idea of Bugs Life to make one of their own movies. And Pixar has never forgiven DreamWorks for that. And I don't blame them. Ants, though, was not worth it. It's bad. The animation is bad. The character designs are bad. The world is wonky. The story is okayish. But God, I couldn't stand it. Um, and as we go from bad, let's get ready to fucking rumble Prince of fucking Egypt. I know I'm a demon, but dear God, is this movie perfect in almost every sense. Heartbreak, drama, murder. The fucking Prince of Egypt is one of the most beautiful movies in all stands. In just everything. Like, holy crap. No one that I know hates this movie. And if you do hate this movie, don't ever talk to me. Um yes, it's one of those religious film. It's a religious film, but even if you don't believe in this religion, just the story of these two brothers separated by destiny and holy crap. Yep. And now chat is singing, "You who I called brother." Yeah, the brother drama between in this is just heartbreaking because they both freaking love each other. And I know that's not really accurate to a lot of the other source materials, but it's way more fucking dramatic for brothers that love each other that have to hate each other. Um, and just all the shit that goes down in this movie. If you've never seen Prince of Egypt, watch it. And if you're one of those people that put it in anything like under great, fuck you. El Dorado. Going from the greats to it's another goofy. I'm gonna get hate for it. I'm gonna get hate for a lot of this. I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm gonna get hate for a lot of this. Um, El Dorado. How do I explain this? It's it's a fun trip. It's a fun trip. I think that's the best way to explain it. It's a fun little road trip with these two guys that are definitely straight. People stop shipping those two together. Um, I get it. If you're fun, come on, let some bromances be bromances. This is just a fun bromance. These guys are definitely bromance. It's like the bond between two bros. It's bromance. Um, a lot of the songs really are good songs. It's tough to be a god is something everyone loves. Um, but it's nothing that really rockets it up into like great. Um, fun road trip, great songs. If you haven't heard "It's Tough to Be a God," then you probably have never been on the internet. Um, oh crap, Sunny's right. Sunny's right. I said don't ship them. Now everyone's gonna ship them. Next movie. Rio. Um, I never plan on seeing any of the Rio. Um, I've heard some good stuff, but nothing to really make me want to see it. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about Epic. I know there's Epic fans out there, but I don't like Epic. Um, Fern Gully did it better. I think that's all I have to say with Epic. Chicken Run. Oh, Chicken Run. I kind of want to put the gray. Kind of think it's almost good. It's a good movie. I don't think it really goes anywhere over great. There's other movies that this film studio has done that I might put in great. This is the same team that brings you Wallace and Gromit. Um, but it's basically another, kind of one of those. It's a prison break story, and a lot of the characters are very likable. None of the characters really, though, bring it into like great. Um, I have triggered chat because I didn't put it in great. Oh God. I don't want to be a pie. Um, it's definitely a movie you gotta watch. But I can really only put it in great. Not great. I can only put it in good. Um, sorry. um, I think that's Shrek 2. And Shrek 2 definitely deserves to be in great. I'm holding out for a hero, baby. Cause like Christ, does this movie just Oh wait, is that normal Shrek? I'm sorry, some of these don't have like the full titles. It's normal Shrek. It's still a great movie. Normal Shrek is still great. Um I don't put normal Shrek into God tier, but the first Shrek movie broke molds, made fun of Disney. Shrek is one of those like great characters. Who doesn't fucking love Donkey? Or who doesn't love to hate Donkey? Um, I think this is at least maybe the second princess that has ever kicked butt in a movie. I think Disney did it first. Yeah, Disney did it first with Mulan. Shrek was, I think, the second to ever have a Disney that kind of kicked ass. Um, Lord Farquaad. Who doesn't fucking love Lord Farquaad? Um, I could make a million jokes about his height, but we've all done it. Um, and who doesn't love the? Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to. Who doesn't love that line? Perfect to describe any politician. Anyways, um, oh, Spirit. Christ. You want to talk about one of those movies with the soundtrack that will both lift you up and crush you underneath the heel? Spirit. Oh crap, Sonny. No, no. No, not the Muffin Man. Not the Muffin Man! I'm talking about Spirit, no Muffin Man. Spirit. That's a lot of people I think love this movie as well as I do. I hear some people talk about, oh, I kind of, would have rather there was no dialogue from the horse. I could take it or leave it, honestly. I kind of like it sometimes. Um cuz leading to like one of my favorite entire fucking movie when they're getting chased by the government and they're up on this cliff and Spirit is like, yeah, I can make that. And the Indian on his back is like, oh fuck, he thinks he can make this jump. And just being like, oh yes. I love that. I love that moment in that movie. This movie also has like one of the most heartbreaking songs. Like, how do I describe? You know that same note that triggers all emos? That's the same one that will trigger all Spirit fans and all horse girls in the world because it starts off with the same goddamn note. It is a depressing song. It's at least it starts out as a very depressing song. And it's when the goddamn freaking horse is at his lowest, like beaten up by like everything. Um just he's at his like breaking point. And the song just fucking reflects it. I can go on about just the music in this movie for hours, but yeah, it's a great movie. It's a good horse. This definitely made a ton of girls just go out and be like, I need to ride horses for the rest of my life now. I must dedicate my life to horses. This is definitely the movie that created the horse girl phrase. Oh, anyways, Sinbad. Most people hate Sinbad. I think it's kind of a meh movie. Um, if you've never seen it, the animation's fairly good. The monsters in it are kind of creepy. The main villain, Eris, definitely, if you watch Eris, you can understand a little bit on how Aiden, the character, yes, I'm Aiden. Like Aiden, the character in the Silver Sun SMP, Eris and Aiden would get along great. She likes manipulating the human mortals. I like manipulating the. But besides that, nothing really kind of stands out. Sinbad the character isn't, all that interesting. Um, if you want to really watch any good Sinbad movies, there's a lot of the And I'm sorry, but you're going to have to look at old movies. There's a lot of old movies with like the very beginning claymation stuff in it. Like Jason and the Argonauts. There are some of those if you want to see good Sinbad stuff. This is not one of those. Shrek 2. I'm holding out for a hero, baby. Um, it's not God tier. I'm sorry. Some people are gonna hate me for it. Not God tier. The Shrek 2 is definitely one of those movies that is like it's fun throughout the entire stuff. Every character is fantastic. The story is great. All the bits in this fucking movie land. This is just one of those movies where I swear to God, a bunch of theater students got together and was like, dude, what if we made Puss in Boots like this badass who would be like, oh God, I'm blanking on the name. Like, let's make Puss in Boots like fucking Zorro. Um, let's make Donkey handsome. Let's make Shrek human. It's the most cursed kind of look on Shrek ever. I will never like human looking Shrek, but at least the story around human Shrek is interesting. Um, the songs in this movie, it's absolutely great. Um, yeah, if you ever want to describe theater students, Shrek 2. Shrek 2 is basically what happens when you let theater students just run wild. Best explanation of the fucking movie. Shark Tale. Oh, God, no. God, no. If you ever want to see the worst fucking movie out there, Shark Tale. It's probably it's one of those movies. If you're going on like the iceberg of bad movies, it just breaks the water a little bit. I've seen worse, but oh God, no, no, no! Don't do it to yourself. Actually, if you're one of those people that like to watch crap movies because you like to make fun of it, there you go. But if you're a normal person, just no, no, leave it alone. Alone. Madagascar. It's a good movie. A lot of fun bits. It's a fun trip. Um, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were Rabbit. Is Wallace and Gromit at its fucking finest? Fight me, people! It's a great movie. I know I put Up in good and Wallace and Gromit and Curse of the Weird Rabbit in great, but fight me. I like this movie more. um, for one, I like the werewolf trope. For me, the werewolf trope never gets used often. It's a fucking weird rabbit. It fits with Wallace and Gromit, funny enough. Um, it's their finest claymation work. If you've ever like watched Wallace and Gromit stuff, um, it's definitely their best work with their animation. Everyone's on top form. All the characters are great. I'm blanking on the name of the main villain, but Christ, this guy. He's just one of those main villains you just love to just watch be miserable. And he's almost always miserable. Um Sonny's still fighting for robots. I'm not doing it. I'm not moving it. Um but it's a great movie. Just everything in it just turns out great. Wallace, I think he finally meets basically the love of his life in this movie. which is great because he's loaded and this guy can never hold down a job. But yeah, yeah, great movie. Over the Hedge, it's a good movie. It's not great. It's one of those liar reveal stories that I hate. But all the characters are likable at least. You have William Shatner being fucking William Shatner. Um and that's all he is. He is William Shatner being William Shatner. And oh, I'm blanking on who plays the skunk. But if you know that actress, it's just her being her. And you just have a bunch of uh funny men, funny women in this movie, and it's funny, but it doesn't really do anything more than just be kind of fun. Um, yes, I'll okay. I'm gonna put it like this. Um, None of how I'm placing these movies is how like I would rank them like better or worse than the others. Um, but El Dorado, yes, is definitely better than Over the Hedge. But I will still put Over the Hedge in good movie. I don't think it's a man movie. Um, okay, moving on. Flushed Away. Yeah, it's a good movie. Flushed Away is a good movie. Um, Stop fighting for El Dorado to be in God tier. El Dorado will never be in God tier. If I'm not putting up in God tier, what makes you think El Dorado is going to go in God tier? You keep fighting it. I'll put him in meh. I'm threatening you. I'm threatening you, chat. I will put it in meh. Um, what am I talking about? Flushed Away. Um, it's a good movie. It's got a lot of fun jokes. It's a lot of British humor. And I think it really shows up how much the British kind of love the Queen, I guess. But yeah, it's it's almost meh, but it's good. There's enough jokes in it that whenever I come back to it, I'm like, that was. But good. Um, Shrek the Third. I might get in trouble for people who like Shrek the Third. We went from a great movie third, which is kind of um I didn't like a lot of the plot stuff in this one. Um Donkey and Puss in Boots getting switched around was kind of fun. But eh, not much to say about it. The Bee Movie. God tier, baby. That's right. Bee Movie is God tier. Absolutely 100%. You cannot change my mind. Bee Movie is fucking God tier. Everything God tier. Nah, B Movie is just kind of good. B Movie is just kind of good. B Movie is a meme. That's all you need to say about B Movie. B Movie is a meme. Kung Fu Pancake. I did it to make you trigger. I triggered you all, chat. Oh, who says I can't be evil? Fuck you. Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda is a great movie. Can't change my mind on that one. A lot of it is just has a lot of this great quality to it. I can't say the fighting is 100% great. Um, the ending battle and the battle at the bridge really are the only two good fights. Um, and besides that, it's kind of training fights, which is okay. I like Poe. It's Jack Black being Jack Black, so it's funny. It's very naturally funny. The other characters are kind of nice too. Um, it really kind of takes like another movie to have Tigress be a likable character, but like how Tigress kind of grows by the end of it and into the other movies. Um, Jackie Chan's in it. If you've never seen a Jackie Chan movie, you'll at least be like, oh yeah, I know Jackie Chan. Um, Jackie Chan's like Jackie Chan is like the master of like martial arts plus comedy. Um, he's like a black belt in like a bunch of things. He's not just a funny man. This man will literally be able to kick. I think no, that was Bruce Lee. I was gonna say something. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, great movie, great movie. Madagascar 2, another good movie. Madagascar, I Madagascar 1 and 2 are just good movies. Not much to say there, but they're good. Um, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Um, it's almost meh, but I'm not gonna put it in meh because there's at least funny jokes and there's Moto Moto in it, and Moto Moto, I kind of like. He likes some. He likes some pumping. Um, and King Julian and is always top form King Julian. Mort trying to get to King Julian is also funny. The fucking old lady from the first movie becomes like a tribal leader, and that's funny as fuck. Um, but yeah. Um, Monsters versus Aliens. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I know some people that like Monsters versus Aliens. I know other people that would put it into oh god no, but it's not. There's one good character and that's about it. All the other characters are okay to eh. The animation in a lot of the places is really bad. Like I kind of yeah, Bob is the only good character. Chill out, chat. Bob is the only good character. Bob. It's actually Susan Sue. But Bob. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. It's a bad story's flat. Bad guy is eh. And all the other characters just How to Train Your Dragon. Almost God tier. Almost. Very close. But not there. I definitely put it in the same kind of range as Kung Fu. How to Train Your Dragon, definitely for any dragon lover out there, you've seen this movie. Um I know Sunny Dragon is yeah, here she goes. Gonna rage. It's a dragon movie. I'm not putting it in God tier. Oh my crimes against humanity. Um Hiccup's a great character. Stupid name, but a lot of the characters in it are really good. Everyone hates. Um Toothless is Toothless is awesome. I don't care who you are. Toothless is awesome. Um I like the story of the kind of, the dad hates this thing. He has good reasons to hate them. And the son kind of, learns more about them. And it kind of ends up saving the day in the end. But the father son relationship is it's a good story. Boy and His Dragon, it's been done. But I do think How to Train Your Dragon does it better than any other story. And I'm saying any other story, including books. A Boy and His Dragon. Um, there's only one other book that does this trope, but it's backwards. That's a dragon and his. Anyways, I've never seen the fourth Shrek. This might get me in trouble because I've seen a lot of great stuff about the fourth movie. But after the third movie, I lost all interest in it. So I was like, I'm not going to watch it. I might watch it though. I've heard like good stuff. Megamind. I'm gonna get so much trouble for putting Megamind over El Dorado, especially with chat. But Megamind is better. I'm sorry. It's another one of those movies that has a lot of emotions to it. And fuck you. It's presentation that makes a movie great. And Megamind really is just a great movie. Just, one of those type of movies where it's like you feel like this is where you are supposed to be in life. But it's also where you can now grow. And also being like, maybe this isn't really for me. It's what I've been doing all the time. But, Christ, I think I just heard Sunny scream. Did anyone else hear Sunny screaming? I think I heard Sunny scream. Anyways, great. It deserves great. Screw you. Oh my god, I have so much to go through. This might be a long one. I'm recording, right? Okay, good. I'm recording. Oh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. Kung Fu Panda 2. Main villain, kills off basically an entire race because some old fart said, will be defeated by a warrior of white and black. And now just homicides all of the fucking pandas. Like, holy fuck! And now, Kung Fu Panda 1's villain, badass. Complete badass. Kung Fu Panda 2, unsympathetical, evil, manipulative bastard. Man, oh god, and just the feelings that I have for how just Poe's story in this movie. Tigress no longer being an asshat, but literally like helping Poe become better. And it's, oh god. Where Kung Fu Panda 1 is like the hero coming out of its shell, Kung Fu Panda 2 starts out as kind of, here's the hero, he's kind of out of his shell, he's with, other heroes. Now he has to face the person that killed his fucking mother and all of his other people. Halfway through this movie, this becomes a classic kung fu revenge story. It's not Kill Bill, but definitely comes close to Kill Bill. Chat, I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. Next movie, Puss in Boots. I think. I'm sorry. I kind of almost want to put Puss in Boots in meh, but it didn't sit. Rumple was stupid. Um, not Rumple, whatever they named it. What's the name? Humpty Dumpty. Um, Humpty Dumpty was stupid. Um, a lot of the cat stuff. Yeah, Madagascar 3. I want to put it in bad, but I also want to put it in good. If that makes any sense. It's a bad movie, but it's also fucked up in like the most hilarious ways. I can't say it's a good movie, and I can't say it's a meh movie. Unlike the Jello Apocalypse scale, it's a negative good movie, but it's still kinda a bad movie. Um, the music in it isn't all that great, although it's not the worst music I've ever heard. But I'll give it the favor of putting in. Um, I will put it back. Don't you tell me to move stuff. Um, yeah, I'll put it in there. That's all. Okay, gonna get hate. Not God tier. Holy hell! Rise of the Guardians. Definitely one of those movies everyone needs to see. Um, how do you describe Rise of the Guardians? It's heartbreaking. It's emotional. It's got Santa Claus being Russian. It's got the Boogeyman. Actually, the Boogeyman is the reason why it's only great. If the Boogeyman was any better, I would put it in God tier. But the Boogeyman he's not a bad villain, but he's kind of an empty villain, which is, I guess, fitting for the Boogeyman. Is kind of an empty shadow that you yourself give fear to. But everything else in it is also really just great. The story behind it is great. Everyone ships Jack Frost with Elsa, and I kind of see it. Um, oh yeah, also Australian Easter Bunny. I never knew I needed this in my life, but the Easter Bunny being an Aussie surprisingly both fits and makes my day. Um, plus, uh, if I can, yeah, 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 great movie. Um, the Croods. I hate the Croods. I hate the Croods. I don't like the Croods. There's nothing good in the Croods to me. Um, it's it's okay. Actually, it's not okay. It's I just don't. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Um, I will never watch this movie. Um, no one I've ever talked to like, yeah, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Um, Peabody and Sherman, good. Maybe in the meh, but it's good. A lot of very kind of Bill and Ted, but Bill and Ted did it. I think that's the best. But people, oh God, hear them screaming at me. Train Your Dragon 2 is only in great. Um, Maybe I'll make somebody happy. God tier, I can't. Um, Look, you have to beat out fucking Coco to get into God tier. Haven't beat out Coco. So yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. It's definitely a great movie. Um, I think that's all I can say about that. I've never seen the Penguin Madagascar movie. Oh, I hate Home. It's got one good song, and that's all I can say about it. I hate Home. Home can go die in a ditch for all I fucking care. Anyways, on to better stuff. How. Boom. Doesn't reach up to Kung Fu Panda 2, but it's still. It's actually, I would almost kind of put it in good. It's a good movie. Not great. Main villain isn't as good as the other ones. And the action doesn't fall as much. But it's a good movie. Um I'm kind of trying to speed run through some of these now because I'm getting close to time. An hour and a half in. Oh. Um Trolls. Never seen. Never gonna see. Actually, I might see it. I actually hear there's like some fun parts. I will never watch Boss Baby. Never. Never. Never! Unless properly motivated. Um Captain Underpants. Fuck it. It's a good movie. If you know the books, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good movie. It's fun. It's a fun little trip. I'd actually put it over Robots for funness, but it's a fun trip. I told you no. I told you 3 times. I've moved it down now. I will move it down even more. Mention it again and I will move it down more. How to Train Your Dragon 3. It's a good movie that I've never seen. I need to see it one day, but I just didn't get around to seeing it. The Yeti movie was kind of mad to me. Um, yeah, sorry, but it was okay. I can't really think of anything bad about it, but I can't really think of anything good about it. Honestly, I kind of forgot it until I saw it. So yeah, never seen it and never gonna see it. Okay, now we're in Disney. Now we're finally in Disney. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the first one that they've ever made, is just a good movie. Um, it's just a good movie. Classic Disney, and that's really all you have to say about that one. Pinocchio, on the other hand, I think did better. I really like Pinocchio. I'm sorry if any of you think it's only a good movie. There's just more fun songs to it. It's more fun. I like Jiminy Cricket. Holy fuck, Pleasure Island. Like, Jesus Christ. Pleasure Island gives, I don't know, anyone that has ever watched this as a child and not have at least 3 nightmares of Pleasure Island, of all these little boys being turned into donkeys at the perverse pleasure of this weird fucking guy who's planning on selling them off for like to like diamond mines or something. But yeah, Pinocchio's a great movie. Fantasia is what happens when you get the best artistry and the best music together, and you slap it together, you get Fantasia. Fantasia is an experience you need to fucking watch. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's God tier. You need to watch this. Never seen it. If you have seen it, you know why it's God tier. Dumbo. Oh, it's a good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's a good movie. I definitely know people who have cried at Dumbo because of what was it, "Sweet Angel of Mine," that song. Um, I know there's some controversy with Dumbo, but I still like it. Um, yeah, I think that's all about. Oh, mother, mother, where are you, mother? There is deadpan on of it at the perverse pleasure. Oh my god. Um, but it is one of the greats. Bambi is definitely one of. Yeah, I've never seen this movie, so I have no idea what that is. And you know what I did? Mention El Dorado again. Um, Three Caballeros. It's a fun trip, but it's a fun trip, but doesn't really do much. But I don't think it meant to do much. Um, it was at least fun seeing them in the new Ducktales. But yeah. Um, fun, fun and fancy free. This was the last time Walt Disney did Mickey's voice, and it was just a lot of people would put it in that, but it's really the last parts of the movie that puts it in good. Just chat, I've told you. Mention it again. Goes down. Cinderella. It's God tier. No, it's not. Cinderella's just a great movie. Um, I only did that to trigger maybe one person that Cinderella was actually Walt Disney's favorite movie, and I think he it was also has his favorite scene, the transition of Cinderella and the dress. Cinderella really kind of only has per se for me one flaw, and that's the prince is fucking boring as bread. But all the other characters kind of match up to make you not care. What we really kind of care about throughout this movie is just Cinderella being fucking happy for one. And um yeah, it's definitely one of those great movies. Alice in Wonderland. A lot of these Disneys are probably gonna go in great. Alice in Wonderland is actually just um animation is amazing. It's trippy. This is definitely one of those movies where you don't need to be high to watch to feel high afterwards. Um, but yeah, it's a good movie. It's a fun trip. Peter Pan. I feel like this is gonna be the El Dorado thing all over again. I don't put this in God tier, but I might just put it in good. I might put it in great. Yeah, I'll put it in great. It deserves to be in great. Just for Captain Hook alone. Um, I know what people's problems nowadays are with it, but if you watch it again, just think to yourself, dude, this was in the 50s. It was in the 50s when this movie came out. And I think still today, anything Peter Pan related goes to um I think one of the orphanages over in England. Um yeah. So if you have a problem with some of the stuff in there, just realize whenever you watch it or rent it or whatever, a lot of the proceeds are going to go to some sort. Any Peter Pan story, the royalties for it will always go to like this orphanage. Um, but yeah, uh, the only thing I like the movie is "This is the night," and that's about it. Besides that, it's kind of meh. There's definitely nightmare fuel. So if you want to take a watch, you're gonna have to sort through a lot of boringness. No, a lot of it is just kind of. Eh. Um. Ooh, fight me, fight me, fight me. Sleeping Beauty is is god tier. Fight me on it. All the characters are great. Fucking Maleficent is all I need to tell you. Maleficent, honest to God, you want to see one of the villains that I modeled Aiden after? Maleficent. True Maleficent. Not the bullshit they did in the live action movies. But this Maleficent, the Queen of Darkness, who curses a baby to death because she didn't get an invitation to a fucking party. You didn't invite me to your party, fine. Your child dies. She doesn't even get to, like, die, like, immediately. No, you have to live with this person, and then you watch her die. You get to see her grow up a little bit. Then I'm gonna kill your fucking kid. You're gonna get attached to her, and then I'm gonna make her die. Luckily, that doesn't happen. And this is also the first movie where the prince has a personality and character. I don't think we get that again until like Aladdin. This is the first time the prince literally gets a character arc. These two get to have some chemistry. A lot of people are tend to complain, oh, but it's so fast. It's back then movies could only be like an hour and something. Nowadays it's longer. But yeah, yeah. And yeah, Maleficent the movies is definitely a way to trigger me. Want me to go off. Just talk. I'm gonna speed run some of this because I'm definitely gonna be going over time. 101 Dalmatians, it's good. Um, I never seen Make My Music. Um, Aristocrats is meh. There's good parts to it, but doesn't really go any more than meh. Winnie the Pooh, good movie. Um, sorry, I'm trying to look. I talked a little bit about Brother Bear before, and I used to think it's good. I kind of grew to meh. There's good animation in it, but that's kind of um. I think I can skip a lot of the sequel stuff just by going. Ever seen it? Uh, ever seen it? Actually, Lion King 1.5 was kind of good. There 2. Um, seen it. Yeah, I want to talk about that one. Um, I think that's the Christmas one, which I've never seen. I heard it's bad, but I've never seen. Um, Little Mermaid 2 was okay, but great. Um, I don't think I saw this one either. I know it's a sin, but Tarzan 2 I thought was meh. Fox and the Hound 2 I hated. Um, the first Tinkerbell movie I think was good. Everything else can go into meh. Eh, eh. I don't even think I saw that one. Um, will never watch any planes movie. I'll defend cars, I won't defend planes. Oh, there's another one. Never seen. Um, Never seen the Simpsons movie. I know that's gonna. I hear Cinderella 3 is actually good, but I've never seen it. Um, The Wild was bad. Sorry. Wild was just bad. There's nothing else to say about it. Never seen this movie. Actually, I have no interest in that movie. Um, Fantasia 2000 was good, but nowhere near it. The second one was kind of good, but not great. I've seen it. I hardly remember it. It was just a pilot, and I'm sorry. Um, Utter trash, 100% utter trash. Um, Nothing in actually this goes into oh god no. This goes into oh god no. Just no. Absolutely no. And I see you raging about your fairy movies, but I never saw the Pirate Fairy movie. Never saw the DuckTale movie. I just watched the TV show, so I'm curious on the older one. Home on the Range, I remember seeing it once. It's a bad movie. There's not much to say on that. Um, is this the one with? Oh yeah, this is the one with Aladdin's dad, and it's okay, but really take it or leave it. Kronk's New Groove. I feel bad putting it in meh, but it's meh. It's okay. I love Kronk. This movie just wasn't good. Um, this was a bad. The second, the third Little Mermaid, bad. I don't think I've seen this one. Jafar Return. I actually never saw Jafar's Return. Um, what else? What else is in? Oh God, Mulan 2. Never, never, never watch Mulan 2. Never watch Mulan 2. I know we all love Kronk, but his movie, oh, it was just okayish. Um, Bolt was a good movie. Aside Bolt into good. I'm really moving movies in here that I don't have much to talk about, but like Bolt's a good movie. I'll tell you when I get back to I'm gonna go a little more deeper in. Um, Cinderella 2 was trash, and Strange Magic. Oh, just no. Just no. Just sit there. You know what you did. Um, Fantastic Mr. Fox was a good movie. Wes Anderson's style is never really fully took me, but I saw another comment talking about El Dorado. So yeah. Um. Actually, I'm tired of you talking. I'm gonna put it back to good. Stop complaining. Um. Melody Time never saw. Uh. Chicken Little was bad. Don't at me at it. It's bad. Ralph Break the Internet was meh. Um. I remember seeing it once, and it had a lot of funny stuff to it. So I'm putting it in good. That's just because I remember it being good. Um, Meet the Robinsons was good, but I really don't have much to say on it. Uh, and I think that's kind of it for movies that I just don't have much to say on. Um, yeah. So let's start up with talking about movies again now. Now that I've eliminated the ones that I just, this is definitely one of those movies that you need to see at one point. Um, I think everyone has watched the second half of it, Ichabod, but I don't think a lot of people saw Mr. Toad's story unless you watch like the old like packaged movie that it came in. And I'm talking like I watched this when it was, what was it, old. I'd be dating myself. Um, both stories are really good. Ichabod is a bastard, but we love him, and the Headless Horseman is terrifying. Mr. Toad's story is hilarious, and it talks about fads and manias and stuff, which people definitely should talk about nowadays. So, yeah, it's a good classic. Sword in the Stone. I'm gonna put it in good. A lot of people say it's not, one of the best that Disney's done, and it's not. But it's great artwork. I still kind of like the story. It's another one of those fun movies. So yeah. Uh Jungle Book is another I can put into good. Just the songs in it just makes it good. Um, I wanna be like you. Doopy doopy doo. Um, all the characters are fun. Ka is weird. I think Ka has started many things that I wish not to talk about. I may swear, I may not be PG, but I am not going in that territory. Generate furries. Um, but yeah. Oh, and Shere Khan. Khan. Yeah, everyone does that one. Shere Khan is definitely one of those kind of menacing Bond type villains. Like, I'm going to count, and you better be running. Um, and Mowgli is a dumbass. Who doesn't like a dumbass? Robin Hood. Robin Hood's a great movie. Don't at me. Robin Hood's a great movie. It's not classic Robin Hood, but the spirit of Robin Hood is in it, and it's fun. There's it's probably one of my favorite from that type of era. Um, it's a fun, light-hearted movie that has a fairly good romance, and it's a bias with this one. Really, I have to put um the Rescuers. I'm sorry, but I gotta put the Rescuers in meh. Um, I personally like it, but I know there's a ton of flaws to it. It's very slow. So really, if you're gonna watch it, just watch it for the suspense of like, what was it, the Devil's Pit? To get the Devil's Eye. Just a couple of minutes of suspense where you're like, holy crap, this child might die. Um, but everything else is a little boring. It drags, definitely. Everyone wanted to ride Medusa's fucking like motorbike thing, and Medusa was crazy as hell. But Fox and the Hounds, fuck you. I'm putting it in great. I know a lot of people have complaints with Fox and the Hound, but it's a great movie about two kids that just want to be friends. And both life, their situations, everything just kind of tears them apart. And it tears at your heartstring, and you all cried at that movie. I know it. At least all the girls cried at that movie. I've yet to meet a girl. Okay, I know one girl. She has emotion. Um, I've almost every girl has cried at the same part of this movie. And it really is just these two friends that just become friends and then just can't ever be friends again. It ends like that too. These two can never truly be friends ever again. Friends in heart, but they can never really interact with each other again. And it's sad. Um, if you've seen my Demon Casts, you know where this movie is going. It's bad. It is bad. In fact, know what? Oh God, no. It's one of those oh God, no movies. I'm putting it there. Christ, is this movie bad. The only thing that's good about it, if you ever want to watch it, is the animation is great. You have John Hurt's voice in it, but that's the only good thing. It really is. And there's parts where the animation goes whack. But the story is bad. The characters are bad. Everything about it is bad. Um, I think this one kind of goes under a lot of people's radar, but you need to watch The Great Mouse Detective. It's Sherlock Holmes, very Disney style, but the mystery's interesting. You don't know where it's leading to. Screw you if you're like, oh yeah, I totally knew where that was going. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't know where this movie was going. There's no way you could have ever expected Bionic Queen. And just to kind of top it all up, Ratigan is one of the best villains out there. Hands down. Played by Vincent Goddamn Price, King of Spook. Ratigan is the most detestable, deplorable scoundrels you will ever meet in every sense of the word. He would make Megamind proud of his presentation. He loves evil. He just bathes in evil. He is just evil in all body and voice. Definitely, if you've never seen it, and I know people didn't, just watch it. Watch it. Just for Vincent Price. Oliver and Company actually used to be like one of my favorite movies. But recently it's just kind of a good movie. Actually, it's not even that. It's kind of a meh movie. Um there's nothing bad in it, but it's not really a movie that I go back to anymore. Um yeah, that's kind of where I put it. If you want some good TikTok songs, I'll give you that. If you want to see dogs getting killed in the most brutal fucking ways, they've got that. Oliver and Company is really fucking dark, and if you ever look up um Oliver, I think the it's Oliver Twist, what this is based off of, it gets even fucking darker. But yeah, it kind of goes there. Little Mermaid is a good movie. It kicked off the Disney Renaissance, but it's a good movie. Um, Ursula is amazing. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. The more I think about it, yeah, it's a great. Ursula's great. I think this actually no. Scratch that about Aladdin. Eric is like the first Sin Sleeping Beauty that we've had from that's a prince with a personality. And yeah, he falls in love with her because of her looks first, but he does get to know her. He gives her the shot, even though he doesn't even like fully connect this being the mermaid that saved him and the person he's now falling in love with. Um, yeah, it's I'd still say a great movie. So you know how I put Rescuers Down Under in meh, or the regular Rescuers in meh. You got to fucking watch Rescuers Down Under. Jesus Christ! The characters are better. The animation is better. You just gotta watch it for fucking kid Steve Irwin, and I swear to God, it's in Australia. This kid is modeled after Steve Irwin. Heart of Gold, loves animals. This is kid Steve Irwin. If you ever watch this movie, you realize this is fucking kid Steve Irwin. And it's really just a great movie all around. The bad guy is fucking diabolical. Um, the kind of these two characters here that were kind of okay in the last one, they step the characters up and kind of give um this little story with them, the male mouse trying to ask the female mouse to like marry him. And it's a fun plot, but what I love most about this movie is the animation is spot on, and the kid character and just his troubles and him dealing with the villain really is like kind of the best part. Everything else is great, but the best parts are with the kid and him dealing with the um must watch. You have to watch it, 100%. You all know where this. I don't need to say more. It's Beauty and the Beast. We've all heard it. We all know it. Yes, this is 100% God tier. Bite me. Actually, don't bite me. No one's gonna fight me on this decision. Beauty and the Beast is God tier, and you can't change anyone's mind on it. It's, yeah, no, I don't need to say more. If you dispute this, I'll put El Dorado back into bat. Aladdin. Aladdin is one of my favorite movies of all time. I can't put it in God tier, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Aladdin, the character is great. Jasmine's good. I kind of wish we got, a little more with Jasmine. Um, Once again, it's the genie. Come on, the genie. There's hardly anything that really I have to say to just say why it's great. But like the only thing that I have to say on why it's not exactly God tier is it just really didn't move me as much as most of these God tier movies. It moved me the same as all these great movies. Um and just remember, it's great. Movie great. Movie good. Everything within this bracket here are good movies. So yeah. Lion King. Once again, another one of those movies I want to put in God tier, but I can't. A lot of people talk about the one killer flaw of this movie, and that is that it tries to push the message of, being responsible for stuff you did, and Simba learns from it, but he's also kind of stripped from the responsibility after admitting to it. But besides that, the movie is great. Animation's perfect. Songs are great. Characters great. Fucking Mufasa dying. It's one of those moments where I fucking cried. Especially because I was a kid when I saw this movie. And that was the first time I saw like a character die. A lot of people, it was Bambi when like they saw their first like death in animation that you actually gave a shit about. Mufasa was mine, and it's like, Jesus Christ, they murdered Lion Dad. Oh, but yeah, this really is just top the line great. Pocahontas, it's a good movie. It's not great. Oh, and the reason why it honestly doesn't go any under is the music. The music in this movie is great. You can really just listen to this soundtrack. That's all you need. There's a lot of great animation parts to it, but really it's the music that makes this. I'm going to get people who are going to like, fight me on. Hunchback of Notre Dame. The only reason why it's not God tier is because of the gargoyles. It is the only reason why this movie is not God tier. I love this movie to death. God, everything in this, the music, the characters. God help the outcasts. Hellfire, out there, every single song. You know what? Fuck you. I like the gargoyles. Fuck you all. This is one of the best movies out there. Yeah, I know everyone hates the gargoyles. I gotta put it in God tier. I've got to. Part of me is like, oh, but everyone else hates it. You know what? This is fucking my list. But yeah, just everything. The character, you feel so much sympathy for every single character except for the one you're not supposed to. And we love to hate Frodo. We love to hate him. Christ. He's a creep, killer, insane man with power. And there's nothing else I can say. It's just oh. And I can listen to the soundtrack anytime, every day. Hercules is it's a good movie. It's not great, but it's good. I'll give it this. The animation a lot of people love. I love it too. I can see though why people are. And the reason why I'm putting it as good is because I liked Hercules and all the other characters, but you lose a lot of points when I'm like, dude, Hades, yes, I want Hades to win. I love Hades. I love this movie, but it's just a good Tarzan. A lot of people like rag on Tarzan because of Phil Collins songs. I actually don't mind the Phil Collins songs. I think if Tarzan and Jane were singing, it would actually distract me more. And a lot of the songs in this movie, I think, are actually really good. Um, Tarzan himself is a good character. The story's a good character. Fucking Clayton's death is enough to put it in great. Jesus Christ! I was but a child when I saw a man fall to his death and then seeing his corpse swing in the background. Like, holy fuck! Anyways, dinosaurs. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. Everything. Just don't. That's all I'm saying. It's not god tier. But Emperor's New Groove is definitely a great movie. And we get Kronk. And that's all I need to say. Kronk. Um, but honestly, Selfish Prince gets a big face full of humble pie multiple times. This man needs to get slapped in the face multiple times for him to finally get the message. Like, gets his life saved. Yep, I'm not as much of an asshole, but I'm still an asshole. Finds out that he's not as powerful as he is because he was almost fucking murdered. Um, that's his other slap in the face of stop being an asshole. I think in a total he gets like 3, 4 slaps in the face of stop being an asshole. And in the end of the movie, he's still an asshole, but he's at least a likable, nicer asshole who's not going to destroy his people because he wants a summer help. Um, and Kronk. Just Kronk. I know everyone's saying it. Kronk. Um, yeah, Cusco's. The poison. Cusco's. Atlantis, I think, gets a bad rap. But, God, is this both a beautiful looking movie, a movie that actually pushed a lot of technology back then, and I'm pretty sure it was a passion project that was done that a lot of people didn't really were like, but it got done. And I'm pretty sure also this movie either from um stole from Stargate or Stargate stole from this movie because the two main characters are exactly the same. And a lot of the story is exactly the same except different time periods. But it's great. You get the feel for a lot of the characters. Atlantis's culture is very interesting, and I would almost say very on key. This is a culture that no one knows about because it doesn't exist, but it's heavily inspired with a lot of Greek stuff, a lot of Mesopotamian stuff. Um, it's a lot of just different kind of cultures meshed into one that feels like this is Atlanta. So yeah, definitely. Lilo and Stitch, breaking, heart wrenching, and honestly, kind of the best depiction of. Donnie loves her sister. Lilo loves her sister. They can't fucking stand each other. And that's kind of how I see a lot of good sibling relationships are. I hate you. I hate you too. I love you though. I love you too. Um, which is why I tend to say fuck you to my sister. It's an inside joke. Um, everything in this movie is really close to perfection. And I'm not even talking about the little shitball that we all know and love, Stitch. Stitch goes through like this whole born evil and grows a conscience thanks to the wacky, messed up mind of fucking Lilo. Um, utterly just great. A lot of the music in it is great. Every character is great. I can't think of a bad character in this movie. And just, oh, it's God tier. It's God tier. Fight me on it. And I know a lot of people are going to fight me on this one too, but yeah. Treasure Planet is great. It's another one of those movies. It's a passion project that failed originally, but I know a lot of people like this movie. It's pirates in space. It's, of course, going to be cool. Disney just needed to market it better. I don't know how. It's great. I love it. There's nothing in this movie that just doesn't scream out amazing, awesome, holy crap. Another one of those movies with dark fucking depths. Almost the majority of the people that you see on this boat are gonna die at some point. I think there's only, let's see, that you originally see, I think, if we're including Mort as a character, which kind of he is, 5 out of, I think, 20 characters get killed in this movie. So it's got a body count. It also has, I think, the best um relationship between um Jim Hawkins and Silver. Muppet Treasure Island did a really good job with this one too. I've seen other like Treasure Island stuff, but this one I think really hit the mark of here's this old sinful pirate. Here's this young lad who kind of needs to prove himself, and they work really well off of each other. And you really do kind of feel for Silver throughout the entire movie, especially because he doesn't want the kid dead. Like on a lot of the other ones, Silver never really wanted Jim's dead, but he'd do it if he had to. This one, I really felt he would not have done it. Um, yeah, yeah. A lot of people would say it's God tier. but it's great. Um, Tangled is another one of those movies you would not think it's as dark as it is. This movie gets fucking dark. Kidnapped baby, forced to be a life source for an old witch until a no good thief steals a crown, stumbles onto the shelter teen, and is forced to take her on a road trip against her quote unquote mother's um quote unquote mother's wishes while they're getting chased by a fucking horse. If you've not been interested by me just saying that, you need to get some Ritalin. Um it's great. It's amazing. Jesus Christ, are there some dark moments in this though. Gothel's death? Wow. Not Clayton dark, but pretty dark. Eugene's death. I know someone cried during that one. Know it. And if I was also doing shows, Tangled, the show would also be up here and great. You gotta watch both the movie and the show. I know there's an internet war out there that, oh, which one's better, Tangled or Frozen, because they kind of came out close to the same time. I gotta go with Tangled. Frozen's great. In fact, there it is. Frozen's great, but it doesn't match up with Tangled. Um, Frozen is great mostly because of Elsa's story. It really does kind of become her. And needless to say, the songs, everyone fucking loves the songs. There's only one song I don't like, and that's the Fixer Upper song. Because it's shipping, and shippers destroy lives. Um, yeah. I put them both in good. They're both good movies. Oh, this is another Winnie Pooh movie. I don't know. Here's the thing. There's so many Winnie the Pooh movies that are out there that I know I've seen two of, and I might be missing out because I might have seen these ones, but I was also really young. So I just don't remember. Um, Wreck-It Ralph. I want to put in great, but it really is just a good movie. The more I kind of, fuck it. It's good. It's good. It's not great. There's a lot in it that I love, but it just doesn't fully push. Um, I love all the characters. I love Ralph, but yeah, the second movie actually might have just kind of also wrecked. Get it wrecked. Wrecked my opinion, which isn't fair, but I still put it in good. Princess and the Frog. I think a lot of people harp on it, but come on. I know she turns into a frog for most of the movie, but we're not in it because, it's that. Tiana is a great character who's a hardworking character, really pushes through a lot of stuff, has to deal with a lot of the bullshit of the time, and you know what bullshit I'm talking about, and gets fucked over because of a selfish prince who's like, hey, kiss me. And it's like, oh. A lot of the music in it is great. It's a lot of that really great kind of Louisiana feeling to it. I actually got to go down to Louisiana once. I went to a lot of the landmarks. If you've never been to Louisiana, You know how she made those beignets? And that you need to try beignets. At least once in your life, you need to try a beignet. Holy crap. It's like eating a warm cloud covered in honey and sugar. Jesus. Um, but yeah, Tiana's a great princess, great character, and I think a lot of people could learn from her. She's busy, 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 and never really learned how to kind of slow down. In the movie, it doesn't fully show her, slowing down. But she's definitely what Prince Naveen needed to kind of get his butt kicked into gear. Um, like we definitely know who's the boss in that relationship. um, a lot of the characters I like. I know some people don't like the Firefly unveiling. I know a lot of people aren't as big a fan as his, but I like him. His death is raw. Um, Plus the villain in this movie. Holy moly. Um, Friends on the Other Side, just all of his scenes. Just whoa. Another one of those characters that if you want to get a little glimpse into Aiden, that's another one to go for. Especially with one of his um some people might get a little eh, but I do really need to put Mulan in God tier. Just from the art, the characters, to the songs, everything in this movie is just amazing. And I'm really not giving a justice of this because I'm trying to rush a little bit because I know I'm about to hit 3 hours. This is the longest goddamn stream I've ever done. Um, but I love this movie. I think everyone loves this movie. Mushu, I think, is a problem for some people, but I still love him. His character is kind of needed. The my room, it's kind of a budding room. It's very nice. Um, Plus I'm LGBT, so I mean, of course that's God. Um, Even though really, guys, Mulan does not technically. Mulan is a girl who identifies as a. I do know how a lot of you feel about that. People wanting to people see are on the inside. I really, but yeah, it is 100% God tier. I don't. Only reason why I don't put in that is um. Oh yeah, I finally made Sunny happy. There's a movie that contains a dragon and God tier. Sunny can be happy now. By the way, Sunny, there's also a dragon in this movie, but I guess you weren't happy with that one. Uh, Utopia. I gotta put it in great. I know a lot of people would want to put it in God tier, but it's a great movie still. Um, I think everyone has had the same experience as Judy Hop, as Nick Wilde. Everyone can relate those two characters. I don't know a person who can't relate to those two characters. It's a great movie that really speaks about prejudice in the best way. The the person who's the bad guy is the bad guy. And everyone else, they're just either scared or they're worried. You It really kind of shows where prejudice kind of comes from, and it kind of, I almost think, shows how you move through that prejudice. Um it's a great movie about talking about that type of stuff, and you love all the characters. And if you really want to fully like get the slap in the face, Judy, our hero, shows prejudice to our side hero throughout the majority of the movie, and is the reason why Utopia gets a lot more fucked up than it was before. And she's our hero, and we see her go through all these trials, all those different prejudices. So maybe a little message for those social justice. Watch the movie again. Great movie. Not necessarily God tier. I don't feel it deserves to be in God tier, but it is a great movie. Moana. Once again, another just great movie. Um, I don't know how else to kind of describe Moana besides just fun and fairly meaningful. I mean, when I mean fairly meaningful, there's a lot of meaning to it, and a lot of, character growth to it. But I think a lot of this, for my enjoyment, was the fun ride I had with it. Um, just all the characters are great. And I kind of liked seeing a bit of the kind of Peloponnesian look for stuff. It's a culture I don't really interact much with. And I mean, you get a little taste of that in Stitch, but that's really a kind of different. Um, I think Hawaiian culture is very much entangled with Peloponnesian, but I do think that there's a line in. Um, People who probably know better probably, but I did love seeing a glimpse into this culture and some of their myths and some of their, kind of heads in it. Um, it was an interesting dive into something that I'm not used to. And I love these types of things. I love movies that kind of, even if they don't get it fully right, I think as long as they stay somewhat respectful, diving into cultures, it it's a nice gateway when you're like, "Oh, I really like this. Let me learn more." That's how I kind of feel about it. Really is a great movie. I'm gonna get in trouble. I kind of thought it was just good, not great. Um, Lost in the Woods. That's all I can say. And and Elsa's plot line is good. Everything else is just kind of good. Um, yep, there we go. Lost in the Woods. All right, almost done here. We're on the last bits. The Goofy movie. Goofy movie's a good movie. If you've never seen the Goofy movie, definitely see the Goofy movie. It's a fun movie. I don't actually think I've ever seen this one. Um, Maybe I should. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. I know. It's a sequel, but do watch it. It's actually a kind of good movie. It's nowhere near the original, but the love stuff in this is very interesting. Um, It's a good romance, I feel. And yeah, I can't help but like this movie. And I think it was well done. So yeah, Lion King 2. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's actually good. Journey and sequels that, went straight to VHS were bad sequels. This one was actually good. Oh god, this is another one of those when I was young I cried too. And it really is one of those movies that is going to punch you in your heart, especially if you grew up with Tigger, because Tigger's always the happy fun guy. Now let's see Tigger fucking depressed. Oh no, Tigger. Um yeah, this is a movie that will make you cry. It has a lot to do with family and Tigger just being Tigger. There's not much to say. It's oh, Lilo and Stitch 2 was a good movie. Not great, but it's good. It doesn't go into God tier. It's not great, but it's still a good movie. There's a lot to it that's really good. But once again, it was also one of those kind of directed DVD VHS sequels that they kind of paid attention to. But it was at least good enough to not be utter. Um, like Cinderella. So I'm gonna leave a couple of these movies for last. This is a bad movie. This is bad. I'm gonna put it into oh god no bad. And I think this is one of two Don Bluth movies that are gonna be on this list because he did them for Fox. And Fox is owned by Disney, so they technically count now. It's a really bad movie. They wanted him to do CGI. It's Don Bluth. You don't give Don Bluth CGI. You give him his paper and his pens. That's when Don Bluth is at his fucking best. Um, it's bad. The characters are bad. The story is bad. It's just, oh god, no. Um, Frankenweenie was a for me. Yeah, sorry. I know a lot of other people like it. It's not really. I know this was Tim Burton's kind of pet project that he really loved. Good for him. I can see why. He's a dog person. I am too. But I just. Alright. James and the Giant Peach. Yeah, I'm not a fan of James and the Giant Peach that much. I like it kind of, but it's not my cup of tea. Um, it used to be actually. I used to really like James and the Giant Peach. Now I'm kind of meh about it. Um, the animation's fairly good. Yeah, the rhino was scary, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna save the god tier in this one for last. Nothing else here goes in anything under good. One of these three movies is our last god tier. Are you ready? Nightmare Before Christmas. Great freaking movie. Just everything Halloween can is pushed in. You don't need to like it for anything else but just the claymation and Jack Skeleton and Oogie Boogie. The characters are great. The animation is great. God, it really is a great movie. It's not a complex movie. In the great category here, it's the least complex story there is. But it just has everything else is just kind of ready. I'm gonna make someone rage. Anastasia is a great movie. A lot of people I know would actually put it just in, but I loved it. The music is great. Characters are great. Rasputin is at its probably creepiest. I've seen Rasputin kind of thrown into things here and there. Um, this Rasputin beats out like Hellboy's Rasputin, and that's like holy crap. Yep. I've triggered people. They're saying God tier. I'm sorry, it's not God tier. It's great, but not God tier. Comes close to it, but no, I'm sorry. Which leaves the last movie. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? What can I say? This is one of the best movies that have ever been made. Animation or live action. This is one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's got everything. Everything that you want, including all of your favorite Disney characters and Warner Brother characters. Mickey Mouse and like Bugs Bunny both being an asshole at the same time. Great. Donald Duck and crap, I'm blanking on his name. The other duck. Daffy Duck, thank you. Thank you, chat. Donald Duck and Daffy Duck battling it out with pianos? What the fuck? But it's my jam. This movie probably also awakened many, many men because of a certain cartoon that was just drawn that way. Yeah. Its comedy is up there, the story is up there, the mystery is up there. You've all seen it, but we all know who the bad guy is. And Jesus Christ, is he fucking terrifying. Out of all the villains on this list, all it took was making Doc Brown a evil cartoon villain with yellow and red eyes. To this day, actually, revelation just hit me. I sometimes get stress nightmares. And those nightmares tend to feature a character with yellow eyes, who I'm absolutely terrified of. This character probably might have inspired him. God! Remember me, Freddy? When I killed your brother, I talked just like this! Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, what else there's to say? Roger Rabbit. God tier. One of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. And so this is my list. We'll start from the zeros. Um, never gonna see, never gonna see, never gonna see, unless properly motivated. Movies I might see one day. Dear fucking God, no, never, don't, ever, please don't. Just bad movies. Bad movies that we can all agree to. We can all agree to this one being bad, can't we? Yes, we can. Yeah, just bad movies, bad movies. Movies that they're not bad, they're not good, but okay. The good movie. Here we are with the one meme. In fact, give me a second. There we go. Yep. That's where you fall, Mr. B. You are the meme category. Um, good movies. These are all movies I suggest anyone to watch. Um, it this just movies on here should be on like a watch. Something that even if you don't like them, I still say they're good enough to watch one. Um, if you've never watched any, these are the best, the greatest. All right, all right. El Dorado is a meme. Yeah, these are the great movies. Just the movies that have everything great in them. And if you don't like them, I quit. The God tier movies. Everyone loves these movies. These movies have everything that you need in a movie. These are the movies that if you're gonna make a movie, you need a. So yeah, that hope you all like. This is the longest stream I've ever, and this is 100% at the list for movies from. All right, fuck it. I'll put it in God tier. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed as well. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. And good riddance. Love you all. No, I don't. I don't know you. But thank you for watching anyway. Hope hope this helps you with your tier list. By the way, if you want to do this tier list, links right there if you want to type all of that in. So, yep. Good night. Goodbye. And that's all, folks.